Hi, this is Marcy. I'm in my scrapbooking room again, getting ready to do a couple more pages. A couple days ago, I did a bunch of videos and I uploaded them yesterday, and I see a lot of room for improvement, and I'm sorry if they're kind of hard to watch. I have noticed that I need to speed up the video, and I'm going to attempt my first voiceover, and I need to work on my placement of my paper and where everything is. So here goes, and hopefully this works out good. This first page is of a map that I was going to do a 12 by 12 page, but I screwed up, got the map all cut out and had it upside down. And when I tried to take it apart to flip it over, it ripped. So I backed what I could get onto the black cardstock, and I'm got an airplane that I'm going to attach to where the airport was, so I can kind of show where things are on the airport or on the map. I have put that on black cardstock, a piece of scrap, because I was afraid if I didn't that it would be get lost in the paper. I had done a couple pages or little cards on journaling, but that I was going to stick on the map, but when I had to switch it over, I decided to write out everything that happened to us at the airport. I'm outlining it right now with distressed ink. Gathered Twigs is the type. It's a brown, just to give it a little definition on the page so it'll stand out. It's a Heidi Swap planner page, and I bought it and haven't really used it. Haven't had anything to use it with. It was different than what I thought it was, and you couldn't see inside of it. But I try to use everything I buy sooner or later. It might take me a while. So I stick that down. The paper is nice because I didn't have to write uphill, downhill, and get it all messed up. When we were on the plane, we had to fill out a declaration page because it was an international flight. When we finally got to customs at the airport, we had to turn that paper in, and then they had us punch in the stuff onto a computer screen. No keyboard, and I'm a typist, so I'm used to a keyboard punching. It's just hard for me. Anyway, it messed up. It didn't give me everything I wanted, but they let us go through. And since I don't have my full map, I'm going to use that on this page. The print is kind of light. I'm hoping it stays like it is at least. It was kind of late when we got it. It had a whole bunch of blank in the middle, so I've cut it back so that it's just I can mount it on the black paper. And I'm just trimming that up. And I'm going to mount it up there in the top right corner. This page doesn't have any pictures on it, but it's part of our trip, and I like to document when I'm doing a trip album. I like to document everything we did because, the older you get, the more you forget. I'm taping down the map now, sorry about that, and writing what the stars mean, because I've got a star where our hotel was and a star where the cruise port was. Different colors. Not a lot of journaling since it's already done up in the top corner. And then I'm going to glue down the airplane. On one of the pages or the cards that I started to journal on, I cut off the top, and I'm going to use that on the page. It's right here, travel details. And then I'm putting it on a doily that I purchased from Stampin' Up. And I did see on the website the other day, they do have them still on sale. I was trying to decide whether to go crooked or straight. If I go crooked, I don't have to worry about it being too straight. Kind of my way I do things. And then I'm taking the asterisks that were from Twine and Ink puffy stickers and putting that there on the corner. I don't build big embellishments, but just a little. I take a couple green enamel dots and stick on there. And then I take an asterisk and put up in the top corner. Oh, first I take washi that I purchased from Stampin' Up. It just kind of adds a little shelf there for the journaling. And because I didn't cut off the first few little pieces, it's not sticking down very well. But I'll make it work. And then I stick a strip across underneath the declaration. Next time I fly, I'm definitely going to go out or fly in up to Alaska. I'm definitely going to do a Seattle departure. I don't want to go back to Vancouver. Wasn't my favorite airport. So I think that's about it. But then I noticed that I have these arrows that I bought from Freckled Fawn. And there's some swirly ones. And since our trip was kind of our experience at the airport was goofy, I put them on. And that's the finished page. My ugly mug. Now on to the next page. This page I'm excited about. It's a picture of a pine tree that was outside of the hotel room, and a picture, an ad from Expedia or from, I think it was Expedia, of our hotel and the name and stuff. I have done this watercolor page already. I just wanted to play with it and see if it would work. So this is how I did it. I just took some, this is dollar store watercolors because I didn't want to invest in a lot and then not like doing it. And I just made some swishes on there and then made the little shrub branches, and I tried to do different colors, you know, make it light, make it dark, depending on, you know, adding more water. I think the effect was really cool, and I will attempt this again on something else. So I decide I'm going to take the white paper and back it onto green. And Nicole Jones always takes the middle out of the page and uses for her backing of her picture. And I did that thinking that way I don't waste another 12 by 12 paper. And the green is kind of a foresty green. And I think that kind of matches the pine tree. I take off just a little bit. I didn't measure how much. I don't normally. I just take off what I think works. And when I put the picture on to cut around it in the middle, I did not use a ruler because the last time I did, I ended up slicing my thumb. It's not very straight, but I still have no cuts on my fingers. So that was a good thing. Just taping it down with my ATG gun. And I like that effect. I think it looks really neat. Just making sure it's straight. So then I back the picture onto the green. Then I have to straighten it up with the trimmer. And then I decide when I go to put the picture down for the motel that it really needs to be backed on the same color green. So I get out a 12 by 12 piece of paper and I cut a little corner off so that I can back that paper. The strip I'm putting on right now is from Creative Memories from years ago. It's kind of their washi before washi was popular, I guess. It was a border. It just kind of anchors where I can put the tree on. And then I'm trying to figure out where I want to put that. And this is when I decide I'm going to cut up a whole sheet of 12 by 12 paper. But I think the effect is worth it. I like the green color. I decide I want to use my little trimmer where I can see better. It trims up a little bit better. The Fiskars does a good job on 12 by 12, but I need a new one. And I decide up in the top corner And I really like that. Trying out these birds. I'm not for sure if I'm going to use them. And then I take these labels. Sorry. They were from Freckled Fawn. And I'm going to put the date on, and I'm stamping it again with the distressed ink, the gathered twigs. And I need to stamp off to the side just to make sure it's working right. And as I'm doing it, I realized it's 2014, because I had just finished up my 2014 album. So luckily I caught that before I got it all stamped and on there. I've not had good luck lately with what I'm doing. So I put that down on the left side because I've already got the picture on the right side. And I'm trying out a doily, but just didn't quite like it. These stickers are from the little yellow bicycle from Joann's. I'm not sure what the little mark is under the O, but I always told my grandson when we traveled with him that we always look around, see what's around. You know, don't keep your nose in the book or in the electronics in the car. And so I took my own advice and we looked around and we found this. I do decide to go back with the birds, just kind of add something to it. And those birds were from Studio Calico. I find if I use the Tombow Mambo ink, the permanent adhesive, you don't see it underneath. And here I'm going to use Tim Holtz phrase, and I had found one I liked, and now I'm trying to find it again. I need to, next time I find one, just pull it off. The one I was looking for, and I did find, it says everything has beauty. You know, this is just a plain old pine tree, but it's beautiful. And then I do some journaling, and all I put down there is tree outside of hotel. It doesn't need a whole lot. And then I take some star dots, I guess. I don't know how you would say that. And I put it before and after the phrase there, and then the journaling I did. And I think that's really close. Here's the final page. Please like and subscribe if you like this, and come back again for some more pages soon.